Hey, Rich Schmuckles. So there's a crazy huge announcement by Behavior Interactive that Dead by Daylight's going to be pushing back some of their chapters in response to all the bugs and current quality of life changes that are needed in Dead by Daylight. I heard about this while I was live streaming. They posted an official message, but basically a summary of this. The August original chapter has been delayed until September. The November license is pushed all the way back until January. And the August original chapter, which is only coming with a new survivor and a new map, is no longer coming with a survivor, so just a new map. They're pushing back a lot of things in response to the community, and they're pretty much just gonna be doing a lot of quality of life changes. It's really wild to see them push back a major license like the November license. This is my reaction that I had on Twitch to this entire live stream. So Dead by Daylight said, "We've heard your response to our recent communications, and we know that right now solid action is what's needed. We wanted to shed some light on the next steps the Dead by Daylight team is taking to address the current state of the game." So it's a 7-minute and 50-second video. Let's see what they have to say.
Hey everybody, thank you for joining us here in our live streaming space. This is not a live stream, but we've recorded this for you rather than throwing another big wall of text at you. We thought that would be better to see us face to face, and instead of spend our time apologizing, actually spend our time talking about some actions we're going to take to make things better in the world of DBD. So we brought on our executive producer, Jose, and Jose, why don't we get into it?
Yes, thanks, Eric. Hey, everyone. So the way we are going to approach this conversation a little bit is we are going to essentially split it in 3 parts. We are going to discuss what we're going to do short term, mid term, and a little bit more long term in order.
So they haven't made it clear if they're talking about like the bug fixes in the game yet, or if it's related to how badly the Chandler Riggs live stream went with The Walking Dead. I'm guessing it's going to have to do with the bug fixes, though. We'll see.
To give you more visibility and more direct actions on how we plan to improve the situation.
Yes, so getting right into it, in the short term, we have been able to introduce an additional hotfix release, which we're calling Hotfix 3, very creatively.
Okay, so it says right here, we say Phase 2, postpone November chapter content to January. Focus November release on bug fixing and winter event. That is wild. That is wild.
That'll come out in a couple more weeks, in the week of August 25th. That will address more of the issues and bugs that unfortunately were introduced with our July release and give us a little more extra time to polish things up. The fallout of that is we get to push back our PTB for our next chapter release a couple weeks as well. That will allow that team some extra time to do some extra polish on that chapter, which is shaping up really nicely. It's the one we spoke of at PAX. This is our folklore chapter. It's an original chapter. It's looking really cool. So that team gets a little extra time for polish as well. And then in the medium term...
So in the medium term, we are going to discuss a little bit about the November release specifically. So in November, we are planning to bring a pretty amazing licensed chapter as we presented in the annual roadmap. In order to bring that chapter to a really high level of quality and stability, but also to bring more focus on bug fixes and quality of life, we've made the decision to move the release of this licensed chapter content from November to January, and to merge it with the mid-chapter release that we have in January.
They're postponing the PTB of the August chapter to early September, and then the November license chapter is being postponed to January. So the November license is going to January. The August original chapter is going to early September. Is that what's being said? I think it is.
Content
Let's
from
listen.
November to January, and to merge it with the mid-chapter release that we have in January. That doesn't mean we are not going to have a release in November, but that release in November is going to fully focus on...
That changes a lot. Like, if it was Stranger Things Part 2 and it was supposed to be with the release of Stranger Things, the next season of Stranger Things, season 5, there is no way they would do that, right? If it was lined up for the release, they would absolutely have to go forward with the November plan. But they're able to switch it. Does that rule Stranger Things out of this? I think it might. I think it might.
On bug fixing and quality of life, in addition to have the winter event.
It would line up with the finale. It would line up with the finale of Stranger Things season 5, but the thing is, like, if the plan with Netflix and they had some massive plan for it's like the release of season 5 of Stranger Things is going to be released this chapter, it would be really hard to go back on that and to switch the plan from anything else other than that, in my opinion.
There'll be a focus on killer issues and bugs, which we know have been piling up, as well as some more improvements.
Yeah, wait, so reminder, Stranger Things comes out in 3 parts. Part 1's November, Part 2 is in December, and the third is January. I believe it's New Year's Day, maybe it's New Year's Eve. But I just like, if the plan in the contracts are saying like, and this is what Netflix wanted, was for it to release during when season 5 was released of Stranger Things, although it could still line up, it would just be like crazy unprofessional for behavior to just like postpone it. Like if there's stuff that's going on that's the timing stuff behind the scenes with the release of season 5, I think switching it would be like a total hassle, and honestly I don't even know if it'd be possible. I don't even know if it'd be possible. Even though it's technically still does line up, like that's still like a lot to ask, I think. So it's looking like maybe the November license would be something that is not time sensitive if they can just push it back. I don't know, dude. I have to think about this.
On camping, tunneling, and slugging.
Indeed.
Among other things.
Yes, most of the things that you saw in the first quality of life video that we did are still there. You mentioned the slugging, the tunneling, the camping, very much there. There are a few things which will not be part of that November release that we are going to discuss a little bit as part of this phase 3.
Yep. So speaking of phase 3, this is a bit longer term, but not that far. We are looking at a response to something I hear a lot in the community, which is behavior, slow down on the content and fix your game. So
that's just
I
Twitter.
think we're going to do that.
Yeah,
no, don't do that.
It's something which was not really visible when we did present that annual roadmap, where we saw and we could show that there was not going to be a killer in the March release. And that's a big deal. That's a big difference between killer are very resource heavy in order to make them at the quality level we want them to be. And so not having a killer.
So they're pretty much, I think what they're going to say here is that like the March release, no killers. And the killer power is really what takes like 12 months to develop. So I really feel like the March release is going to be like really heavy quality of life.
Free up an amount of resource and space, which is going to bring so much focus on, again, bug fixing, on gameplay issues, long-lasting gameplay issues, and on quality of life. So it's going to give us more bandwidth than ever in order to make this a large focus.
We do have really good progress already done, though, on an upcoming map for that chapter, right? So we're going to see about keeping that.
Yes, so right now the plan for this release is to have a survivor and a map. We are going to decide and challenge ourselves, if I may say, in terms of whether or not we are bringing a survivor. Survivor brings perks, and perks can be time-consuming in terms of finding the right balance. The map is progressing really well. It's going to be a very exciting new realm that we think people are going to enjoy a lot. So right now, our plan is to keep that map. It's important to always find the balance of still having something exciting and new to experience, and we think this map is going to be quite influential in that sense. But not having a killer and potentially not having a survivor is going to free up a lot of space.
Fantastic. So we'll have a whole release focused on quality of life. Before we wrap up, you mentioned a couple of minutes ago, there were some things that we've announced previously for the Quality of Life initiative that we want to update on.
Yes, so there are 3 topics that you can see on the asset, which are potentially right now that's a plan in the March release as well. So one is the MMR matchmaking rating revamp. So this one is quite important. Doing the matchmaking correctly is something which matters a lot for players to have a good experience. And we have done quite extensive user research discussion with our consultant and content creators, and we think we need more design iterations in order to be where we want to be. So releasing it before the end of the year, we will not have been confident with bringing a solution which is going to be something that our players love. So that's one.
Yeah, and I've actually heard it discussed internally as what we were working on was an MMR update. Yep. With the feedback we got on what we did for the MMR update, it's now really much more of a revamp.
Indeed.
Yeah.
I will not go into too much of the details right now. That will take a long time, but that's something which for us is very exciting because we think it's going to push the right type of behavior to be kind of rewarded, and that's something which is quite exciting for us. The 2 other topics are perk preview in the lobby. So that's also been a conversation as part of the first quality of life effort. We showcase the perk preview for yourself in the lobby. But of course, one of the big conversations is, can I see the perks of the people I'm playing with as a survivor? Mm-hmm. And we will bring that in the game, in Match, in the March release as well.
They're talking about this February onwards, perk preview and matches. This is something we've been asking for so long, and it's kind of crazy. It's going to take all the way till February to do this, in my opinion.
In match, but probably not in the lobby.
No, we will assess the reaction, because there is a risk of toxicity which comes with this feature in terms of lobby dodging, etc. We want people to still being able to have fun and experiment with their perk setups and loadouts. So we will determine later, depending on the conversation which happen in match, to see if ultimately we will bring it in the lobby, but not planned for now.
Yep. And the final one being the prestige.
Prestige rewards. So
Yes.
that's something we want to do right. We want it to be exciting, but we want to...
I swear that they said that they were not doing prestige rewards. I thought a dev literally said this on a forum, no?
Find the right balance of what is exciting, but something which we can deliver not forever, something which works with all licenses that we have in the game. And so we think we have something really cool, but that will also come with that release.
Great. So this has been a very high-level, top-down view of what we've got planned over the next number of months. There's definitely going to be more that's involved. There's going to be more detail with each of our releases for sure. So stay tuned to our channels. Stay tuned to every patch note we put out there. We're going to be putting a lot more effort on our bugs, on visibility for you on what we're working on, and going to go from there. So thank you to the community. Thank you to Jose for joining us. Thank you to the community for keeping us accountable. We know it's not been the easiest couple weeks for you. We're right there with you, and we're going to get through it, and we've got a great plan to address a lot of this stuff. So hang in there with us, and we'll see you online.
Thanks, everyone.
So it looks like there's the postponement of the PTB to early September. This is the original this is the original chapter, right? The original August chapter of the South Asian folklore killer with new killer, new survivor, no new map. And then the postponement of the November license is somehow possible to do. I don't know how that's even possible to do. To January. It's no longer going to be in November. They're going to be focusing on quality of life stuff, slugging, tunneling, camping update. They're reworking the MMR system. There's going to be prestige rewards, perk previews, and matches coming in late February. Kind of taking a long time to get all this out, but just like new content's being pushed back. I don't know how that's going to affect like the numbers and stuff, but that's really wild. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more content like this. Let me know what you think about this. Are you happy that they're pushing forward this quality of life change? And in exchange for this, they're pushing back the November license? Or would you rather they kept the November license and spaced out the quality of life changes throughout the next couple of years? Let me know what you think in the comment section below. That does it for this video. Goodbye.